Dear friends, today I'm going to discuss effective leadership. The word leadership can refer to the process of leading those entities that perform one or more acts of leading. The ability to affect human behavior so as to accomplish a mission designated by the leader. Leadership qualities: humanity. The first one is humanity. It is often found in the most effective leaders. Second one is integrity. Leaders in different industries and cultures can and do spare over the rules, but integrity is the bedrock characteristic of straight dealing. If you lose your integrity, you lose everything. The third one is decisiveness. A leader able to step up and make decisions, even if it's deciding only when consensus has been reached and it's time to act. The fourth one is take risk. Leaders have the courage to act in situations where results are not assured. They are willing to risk failure. Emotional resonance, this is fifth one. This is the ability to grasp what motivates others and use it, inspire them into action. Build teams, this is the sixth one. Leaders create productive teams that draw the best from people. They effectively coach teams in collaboration, consensus building, and conflict resolution. Seventh one is self knowledge. This valuable trait will protect from overreaching. Eighth one is passion. Fortunately, this trait is prized and encouraged in Indians' life. If you are passionate about something, that's where you will lead. Ninth one is conviction. All leaders everywhere believe in what they are doing. Tenth one is dedication. Dedication means spending whatever time and energy on a task is required to get the job done, rather than giving it whatever time you have available. 11th one is magnanimity. A magnanimous person gives credit where it is due. It also means being gracious in defeat and allowing others who are defeated to retain their dignity. 11th one is openness. Openness means being able to listen to ideas that are outside one's current mental models, being able to suspend judgment until after one has heard someone else's ideas. Now let us go for the outstanding student leader qualities. Performance demonstrates success in carrying out the duties of leadership position or the duties necessary to successfully complete the project or activity. Vision demonstrates ability to provide direction for the organization. Initiative demonstrates ability to take the lead in meeting organization goals. Commitment demonstrates reliability and dedication to accomplish the goals and objectives of the organization, or the unique service objectives related to service learning, dedication and implementation and organization of community service events. Outstanding character use of good judgment reflected in all activities. Performance, vision and initiative above the norm in service activities. Character may also be revealed by an individual's ability to overcome physical or environmental handicaps. What leadership style work best for me and my organization? There are many leadership styles from which to choose. Different styles were need for different situations and each leader needed to know when to exhibit a particular approach. Basic leadership style: autocratic, bureaucratic, laissez-faire, democratic. First, let us take autocratic leadership style. It is a classical approach. Manager retains as much power and decision making authority as possible, does not consult staff, nor allowed to give any input. Staff expected to obey orders without receiving any explanation. Structured set of rewards and punishments. Greatly criticized during the past 30 years. Autocratic leaders rely on threats and punishments to influence staff. Do not trust staff. Do not allow for employee input. Not at all bad, sometimes the most effective style to use when new untrained staff do not know which task to perform or which procedure to follow. Effective supervision provided only through detailed orders and instructions. Staff do not respond to any other leadership style. Limited time in which to make a decision. A manager power challenged by staff. Work needs to be coordinated with another department or organization should not be used. When staff become tense, fearful, or resentful, staff expect their opinions heard. Staff depends on the manager to make all the decisions. Low staff morale, high turnover and absenteeism and work stoppage in this leadership. Now let us go for the next leadership. Bureaucratic leadership style manages by the book, everything done according to procedure or policy. If not covered by the book, refer to the next level above. A police officer, not a leader. Enforce the rules most effective when staff performing routine tasks over and over. Staff need to understand certain standards or procedures. Safety or security training conducted. Staff performing tasks that require handling cost ineffective. When work habits form that are hard to break, especially if they are no longer useful. Staff lose their interest in their jobs and in their co-workers. Staff do not only what is expected of them and no more. The next leadership style is democratic leadership style, also known as participative style. Encourages staff to be a part of the decision making, keeps staff informed about everything that affects their work and shares decision making and problem solving responsibilities. A coach who has the final say but gathers information from staff before making a decision. Produce high quality and high quantity work for long periods of time. Staff like the trust they receive and respond with cooperation, team spirit and high morale. Develops plans to help staff evaluate their own performance. Allow staff to establish goals. Encourage staff to grow on the job and to be promoted. Recognize and encourages achievements. Most effective when wants to keep staff informed about matters that affect them. Wants staff to share in decision making and problem solving duties. Want to provide opportunities for staff to develop a high sense of personal growth and job satisfaction. A large or complex problem that requires a lot of input to solve. Changes must be made or problem solved that affect staff. Want to encourage team building and participation. Democratic leadership should not be used when not enough time to get everyone's input. Easier and more cost effective for the manager to make the decision. Cannot afford mistakes. Manager feels threatened by this type of leadership. Staff safety is a critical concern. The last one is laissez-faire leadership style, also known as the hands-off style. The manager provides little or no direction and gives staff as much freedom as possible. All authority or power given to the staff and they determines goals, make decisions and resolves problems on their own. An effective style to use: staff highly skilled, experienced and educated. Staff have pride in their work and the drive to do it successfully on their own. Outside experts such as staff specialists or consultant used. Staff trustworthy and experience should not be used. Staff feel insecure at the unavailability of a manager. The manager cannot provide regular feedback to staff on how well they are doing. Managers unable to thank staff for their good work. The manager does not understand his or her responsibilities and hoping the staff cover for him or her. There are, in addition to four leadership styles, there are other leadership styles are also there. The transformation leadership: make change happen in self, others, groups, and organizations. Charisma, a special leadership style commonly associated with transformational leadership, extremely powerful, extremely hard to teach. Transactional leadership emphasizes getting things done within the umbrella of the status quo. In opposition to transformational leaderships, by the book approach, the person works within the rules commonly seen in large bureaucratic organizations. The next one is creative leadership, ability to uniquely inspire people to generate shared innovative responses and solutions to complex and readily changing situations. Corrective leadership empowers staff to facilitate collaborative and synergism, working with and through other people instead of bowing to authoritarianism. Change leadership endorses alteration beyond thinking about individuals and individual organization, single problems and single solutions, rethinking systems to introduce change on parts of the whole and the relationship to one another. Intelligence leadership to navigate the future by embracing ambiguity and reframing problems as opportunities. A proactive stance in taking their organizations into uncharted territory. Then multicultural leadership forces team and individual effectiveness, drives for innovation by leveraging multicultural differences. Teams work harder in an atmosphere of understanding and mutual respect. Pedagogical leadership paradigm shift from leader-centered orientation to an interactive, connective organizational system using a democratic leaning and communicative style. An alternative to instructional leadership by enabling the learning and intellectual growth of those led. Servant leadership, a practical philosophy focusing on people who choose to serve first and then lead as a way of expanding service. Servant leaders are servant first with the object of making sure that other people's highest priority needs are being served. Leaders put the needs of their followers first. These leaders are rare in business. Bridging leadership, fostering synergy and reinforcing behavior and motivation through the use of communication to create climate of trust and confidence. Projection of confidence on the face of a difficult challenge. Purposeful leadership, leader and community share a common purpose to develop or provide the drive, authority and commitment to undertake project. Varying leadership style, three factors that influence which leadership style to use. First one is the manager's personal background, what personality, knowledge, values, ethics and experiences does the manager have, what does he or she think will work. Next one is that is second, staff being supervised, staff individuals with the different personalities and backgrounds. The leadership style used will vary depend upon the individual staff and what he or she will respond best to. The third one is the organization. The tradition, values, philosophy, and concerns of the organization influence how a manager acts. Determining the best leadership style, should leaders to be more task or relationship oriented. Leaders have a dominant style when they use in a wide variety of situations. No one best style. Leaders must adjust the leadership style to the situation as well as to the people being led. Many different aspects to being a great leader. A role requiring one to play many different leadership styles to be successful. Thank you very much.